Hey everyone, and thanks for checking out this video. Today I've got a project that I'm really excited to share with you. I'm going to be demonstrating how to make a chainmail tie. Alright, so I have the rings that I'm going to be using here. I'm using 1/4 inch 18 gauge rings. You could also use 16 gauge, they'd give you a slightly tighter weave. And what I'm basically going to do is start off by making 3 pieces of chain, European 4-to-1 chain, that are 60 units long. That'll be the first step here. Now, I have a separate video talking about everything you could possibly need to know about the European 4-to-1 pattern, so I'm not going to go into the details of that in this video. If you know the pattern already, then watch along, follow along, and see how this is done. If you don't, maybe take the time to watch that video. I'll have a link in the description below this video. So I also have a watch here. I'm going to be speeding up parts of this, and with the watch you'll be able to get an idea of how long this actually takes and see what parts are being sped up. So let's get going. Starting the watch at 12 o'clock noon. Something that I probably should have mentioned in the intro as well is that in total you'll need approximately 900-ish rings for this project. Depending on how long you make the tie, you might want to make it a little longer than I'm making mine. When working on making repetitive pieces such as the first 3 lengths of chain needed for this project, I like to start by closing a bunch of rings at once, and then I can just sit there and weave them all together into a chain, and it seems to go quite a bit faster. Also, if you don't already know how to make this chainmail pattern, European 4-to-1, I posted a super detailed video where I go into a lot of depth about all the different steps and pretty much everything you need to know about how to make chainmail, if you don't already know that. I'm going to post a link to that in the description below, so if you're kind of struggling or you don't have a good understanding of the weave, make sure you check out that video. So it took about an hour and a half to make all 3 lengths of chain, and the next step is to join them together. I haven't found a particular method of doing this that I feel like really saves a lot of time. I typically hold the part that I'm working on so I don't lose track of the rings and just work my way from one end to the other. When I'm doing repetitive stuff like this, my favorite thing to do is to watch documentaries. I came across an awesome website recently called CuriosityStream. I'm not getting paid anything to mention them here today, but they're kind of work like Netflix. You pay a monthly subscription and you get access to all kinds of great documentaries. So that's what I like to do when I'm working on stuff like this. Once you've got the first 2 joined, you'll then need to go and join the 3rd one to them as well. Once all the chain pieces are joined up into a nice sheet, you can build the tip of the tie by expanding the pattern out from the bottom 1 ring at a time in a pyramid formation. So adding on 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the last ring as you move out will give you that nice crisp angle at the tip of the tie. Next, we're going to go to the top of the tie and make the knot. And I'm saying knot in quotation marks because it isn't actually a knot. We're simply going to fold one side over and attach it to the other side the exact same way you would attach 2 pieces of chain together, like you did earlier with the 3 pieces of chain that you wove all together in a sheet. Just use that same method, but only link the first 4 or 5 segments. I find that it's a bit easier to do as well if you insert something to separate the front of the tie from the back of the tie that you're working on. And after you add 4 links, it's worth double checking to ensure that they're all woven properly. It's really easy to go through the wrong ring on this step because the tie kind of all wants to just clump together while you're working on it. The last thing that we need to do is add a chain that'll actually hold the tie onto you. Make 2 sections of 2x2 chain that together will fit around your neck with plenty of slack, as they'll have to fit in bulky collars of a button-up shirt. I want to say as well, thanks to everybody for your support of my YouTube channel. If it wasn't for all the great feedback that I've been getting on my initial videos, I wouldn't be back making more to add to them. And if you do have any ideas for videos you'd like to see, drop down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts or ideas. Connecting these chains to the tie is probably the most challenging part of this project. Lay the tie flat on your work surface and grab the 2 top side rings so that when you pick the tie up, it's symmetrical looking down at it. These are the attachment points for the 2 pieces of 2x2 chain. There should be 5 rings between them on the top and the bottom, and they should be symmetrical with the pattern of the tie. Attach the neck chains and add second links to double up this attachment ring. If added properly, they will pull the back of the tie knot out when it's suspended around the wearer, and this adds some nice depth to the knot. When I was looking at other designs for chainmail ties, I saw that the knot was really a problem area. People who tried to come up with a design that actually had a real knot didn't look very good, and I hadn't seen any sort of chainmail alternatives built into the pattern that I really liked. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out in terms of its simplicity to do and the final finished look that it adds to the tie. Finally, add some sort of hook or clasp so that when you wear the tie, you can do it up wherever it's tight. A bit of slack is ideal to leave on the neck chain so that you can adjust it to fit bulkier shirts or tighten it up to fit looser shirts. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have a lot more cool projects coming out soon.